Hi, my name is Jocelyn Sevilla, and I will be talking about how to be environmentally friendly. I want to pose a quick question to you watching this. Are you currently drinking from a disposable fast food cup? Maybe it has one of the plastic straws. When you're done with that drink, I'm guessing that you're going to throw it away in the trash can. Maybe you're going to throw it anywhere else. But you didn't know that there's enough of the straws produced every day in the United States that could wrap around the Earth's circumference 2.5 times. When you're done with this, there isn't much thought that goes into what happens to them next. Well, the truth is that they either end up in a landfill, or worse, they end up in the ocean. The fact is, though, the majority of the straws are recyclable. Even if 1 in every 100 straws was recycled, we would reduce the amount of waste created by them substantially. I want to talk to you all about ways that ordinary people like you and I can help to keep the environment clean with things we can do every day. There are many ways in which things you do and the actions you take affect the environment for the worse. Not directly affect quite like the waste that we create every day. Where you decide to throw your trash is extremely important. Decision that many of us don't think twice about. Currently, the Pacific Ocean is the host not to one, but to 2 massive garbage patches, both located in what's called the subtropical convergence zone. This area is where the trash that has been discarded either on the earth or in landfill gets swept into the oceans and collected to form devastating clusters that are destroy wildlife. I bet that many of you either eat or cook today with vegetables. When you were done with them, however, what did you do with the scraps? The parts that you can't eat. If your answer was that you threw it in a trash can, you can do something better. Many people don't consider or practice using a compost bin. The Ecological Communities Organization explains that there's a method that can easily be done by everyone at home. Starting your own compost to dispose of all your food waste that can easily be done by everyone at home. The resulting dirt will be rich in nutrition and can be used to plant organic gardens in your backyard. This is a fantastic way to not only reuse what we all dispose of, but also to improve our own ability to grow natural foods, which is great if you want to save money. Another form of waste that we all produce on a regular basis is recyclable waste. This can include metals, plastics, glass, and paper. Recycling has gained a lot more popularity in recent years. According to the Environmental Protection Agency, recycling has increased since 1980, and from 10% to 34% in 2012. That's 3 times as much in 20 years. However, there's still more that can be done. Even if you live in an area that does not provide recycling pickup, there are many local recycling dumps. It is important that you research where you can dispose of recyclable material. We can all do our part to personally reduce the amount of trash placed in landfills. There are many ways that we can indirectly impact the environment. Our consumption of energy is a big one. To create electricity, gigantic plants have to use often extremely environmentally detrimental methods. This can include oil, natural gas, coals, or nuclear power. All of these methods create waste that cannot be disposed of well, and most of this directly populate the air that we breathe. In order to limit the amount that these factories affect our environment, It is important to try our best to be wise about energy use. You can do this in many ways, including turning off the lights or appliances that we are not in use. Unplugging electronics is a great way to help us help as well. Many people are unaware that when an electronic is plugged in, even if it's not on, it is using electricity. There are many energy efficient ways that heat and cool the ways to heat and cool your home as well. According to the International Association of Certified Home Inspectors, you can do this in many ways. Install a ceiling fan. Periodically replace air filters. Set thermostats to an appropriate temperature by keeping it at one constant temperature and turning it off at night. Install a programmable thermostat to help reduce the amount of energy used when not at home. Install a wood stove. Draw curtains over windows at night to better insulate a room. If we are careful with how we use our energy, we can reduce the amount that big factories pollute just by working together. We are all aware how our cars produce toxic gases that populate the air, but it's truly important that we do as much as possible to avoid using them. As the Green Office Coordinator at UTI Campus Environmental Center points out, if travelers can be persuaded to leave their cars and ride existing transit services rather than create new services, the environment will benefit greatly. There are many ways to do this, including buses, subways, and railways, as well as trains and shuttles. Even if there is no other transportation available, people can shut down on exhaust by simply carpooling and reducing the amount of vehicles. Of course, nothing is better for the environment than simply walking or riding a bicycle whenever possible. These days, many car producers are working to develop better hybrid and electric vehicles that reduce the amount of gas pollution created. But until they are as financially convenient as a regular car, we can do our best to reduce pollution in other ways. As you can see, helping the environment does not have to be a monumental or even particularly difficult task. There are things we can do every day to improve the environment and prevent future problems. But choosing to dispose of waste in a thoughtful and responsible way, we can cut down on pollution. By deciding to use energy efficient sources of power and energy friendly devices, we can make the energy supply more favorable and easy to maintain. By choosing greener forms of transportation, we can cut back on the air pollution we expend and make our air cleaner for everyone. No matter who you are, your actions have an impact on the world we live on. So, choose to make your impact a good one. Thank you.